our Pecha Kucha night. This is the second of our Fresh Meat events. I'm Farrah Bostic. I work here in the qualitative department at Pollen Partners. And I just want to thank you all for coming. This is an excellent turnout despite the crappy weather outside and all of our delays. So we can go ahead and get started. I'm going to advance to the next one. So for those of you who have never been here before and don't know anything about us, this is Pollen Partners. We are a brand and communications research and consultancy. We do a lot of things, but basically this company started 10 years or so ago with a guy named Mike Hall, who started having interesting conversations with other planners and other people in the ad business about how advertising really worked. And we're continuing that tonight with our Pecha Kucha night. And Pecha Kucha is something that some of you have heard of before, and a lot of you have not heard of before. So this is a little bit of an interesting exercise. I am going to do a Pecha Kucha about Pecha Kucha. To give you a little bit of meta. I know, hence, perfect. This is the portrait of the portrait of the portrait. So bear with us in this kind of bizarre exercise. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a background about what Pecha Kucha is all about and why we chose that for tonight's format. Pecha Kucha began in Japan. A group of people in the art and architecture field felt that most PowerPoint presentations, as we all know, go on way too damn long and don't say much of anything that's interesting. So their solution to that was to come up with a format. And a very Japanese approach, right? We'll come up with a construct, and that will solve our problem. And so they came up with this construct based on a rule of 20. We have 20 slides, we have 20 seconds per slide. At the end of 6 minutes and 40 seconds, hopefully someone has said something interesting. And hopefully they've done it in a very visual way. So we're kind of demonstrating this a little bit as we go along, but this idea of really getting down to the core idea, presenting it in a way that's visually interesting. And as a result of all of this playing with the format of PowerPoint presentation, it's kind of taken off. People are doing kind of slam poetry, karaoke, open mic night sessions with Pecha Kucha. It's gone beyond the business application into these crazy nights where people are expressing themselves creatively. So in that spirit, we thought we would adopt this format for our night tonight with the theme of liberating constraints. And the basic idea being that sometimes a really tight brief allows you to be super creative, and that with a really clear, cohesive format, you're really free to explore an idea in a really interesting and creative way. And we did this last week, actually, internally. These are some of the opening screenshots from the ones that we did. This was mine, not doing stuff why I don't. I explored, I plumbed the depths of my inactivity for 6 minutes and 40 seconds. But I wasn't alone. There were about 10 of us that presented. It was an evening of learning just how long 20 seconds is. Dan and Bell also presented. This is not kitty porn. This is actually this is Dan's essay on the movies that scared him as a child. Some of them were actually movie posters. Others were things like Home Alone, which I think we can all agree was a frightening film. Sarah presented on Hoboken and why it's good. Turns out there's lots of reasons to take the path, and you can all invest in $250 or whatever it costs to go there. Lots of good things to do. Bars, apparently, aplenty. And also guys. So Fresh Meat seemed like a good place to try this out. Fresh Meat for us is about that continuing of the conversation that Mike Hall started all that time ago. And so this is our second one. The whole purpose of this is getting interesting, like-minded people together to have creative conversations about the world around us. And so this is our second outing. We're continuing these conversations that we have with planners and people in the community. We've stretched it a little bit more tonight. We've invited some people who are not planners, who are art directors and creatives and clients, and people who are doing interesting things and thinking about interesting things as well. So hopefully that'll be all part of the interplay of the evening. Last time we had Sarah Bamber. Let's get the vowels right. Sarah Bamber from Anomaly, Gareth Kay from Modernista, and Charlie Robertson from Red Spider. And we talked about seeing and selling the big idea. I believe that was the topic. Whichever. It went very well. We had a good turnout, but actually you guys have beat it, I think. We are way more packed than last time. Tonight, the rules are simple. We have a speaker who speaks for 6 minutes and 40 seconds, and then we have some conversation. I think in the spirit of Pecha Kucha, we're going to limit the conversation also to 6 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll see if I can keep an eye on my watch for that. But that's how the night's going to go. We have 4 speakers tonight, and hopefully this thing will advance. first of our folks is Mike Hastings Black. The things that he wants you to know about him. He likes farmers and tailors and subways. And he also likes tequila, apparently a recent acquisition. But he does not like soft pretzels with or without mustard. We also have Paul Parton, who is a partner at the Brooklyn Brothers, a planner. He wants you to know he has an embarrassing number of children. He's a marginally accomplished guitarist, a 3-time finisher as a triathlete, Ironman triathlete, and he's worked on 3 continents. Rex, I think I have a picture of you, Rex. I was going to say the 4 things about Rex is that he's late. But no, he actually has a blog called Thermoculus. He is a contributing editor at Wired. He recently moved to New York City from Seattle, where he was an executive producer for MSNBC.com, and he is in the midst of starting an online video company. Robin at rest. This is Robin Hampitz is currently with Open Mind Strategy and Kirschenbaum Bond. She's not very photogenic. She's the first Peace Corps baby. She's been planning her next tattoo for the past 12 years, and she's foul-mouthed yet born again. These are our speakers tonight, and I hope that you enjoy it.